There's, Welcome everyone. This is the third official Team Tsunami Blaze Hangout. Start from left to right and just introduce yourselves. I'm Mike Hampton. Charles.
Hi everybody, I'm Charles Andrade. I'm the first Team Tsunami leader. Thank you, Mike, Raul, and everybody else for inviting me here today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ian Williams. I'm a part of the Team Tsunami Blaze team, and we look forward to you joining our team, our wonderful team, and we want you to grow with us.
All right, I'm Mike Hampton, CEO of Tsunami Blaze. Glad to have you all on here tonight. We're going to be sharing a lot of value here with you tonight, so stay tuned in and go ahead, take it away, Rachel, if you're going to talk. If not, go ahead, Raul.
Hey guys, it's Raul Gonzalez. I'm out here in Central Texas. I'm first team leader at Team Tsunami Blaze. I just like to welcome everyone tonight, and I hope you get some great information from us. I hope that you would be able to join us in the future. We have a lot of big things planned, and please stay tuned throughout this whole hangout and just get more information.
Hi everyone, my name is Scott. Welcome to Team Tsunami Blaze. Hope everyone gets all the information they're looking for. We'd like you to be part of our team and make a whole national and worldwide movement.
Awesome. Well, tonight we want to start off talking about one of the biggest problems that most people face in MLM, and that is the fear problem with recruiting. And if people actually don't have a problem with recruiting, then their people usually have a problem recruiting. And with our team, we've actually solved that problem. We solved it with a call center in the Philippines with 10,000 agents. Led by a man named Tracy Davidson. He's down there in the Philippines. He's been in network marketing since he was 10 years old, and he's grown a team of 222,000 people with 54 generals so far. So we are, go ahead, Charles.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Team Tsunami Blaze on really growing and evolving as a team. The group cohesion here is one of the strongest within Team Tsunami for sure. Mike and Raul are rising to the level of pure leadership, and Ian, Rachel, and Scott are now participated in many of our hangouts, so thank you for doing that. I have a feeling that, oh, we lost Rachel. You can pick better partners to work with. So if you're seeing this video for the first time and you're curious about what Team Tsunami has to offer, please get in touch with any of these gentlemen and lady, and they will take very good care of you. All right, so I don't want this to sound hypey or sales pitchy, but we've been working on Team Tsunami since June 8th, 2013, and our call center is about to launch any day, potentially this week, potentially the week after. This means that there's going to be a boatload of paid signups, probably over 10,000 paid signups now, that can be entered into our downline in our Penny Matrix program. Which means that if you buy any account before that happens, you stand to make a lot more money than if you do by joining later. It's a $7 program. Before I would sell, I think this is probably the second time I'm saying this on your Blaze videos, but before I would sell the $412 all-in package. And now I'm just like, look, get in for $7. We'll figure the rest out later. You'd be crazy not to bring in every single person you know, because it's going to get crazy. We're going to break the history records of the largest network marketing company of all time. And no one else claims that because they can't do it. We're going to be recruiting 50,000 new paid members into Penny Matrix every single day going forward. And right now we only have 10,000 call center agents, and that's going to grow over time as well. Like we're basically creating an amazing list of buyers for our secondary program Explosion, and now soon to be announced hopefully tomorrow, officially, our third program at experts.com. I won't go too much into that now. So anyways, you guys continue. I'll be here if you want me to talk about anything else.
All right, go ahead, Raul. Share a little bit of information.
Sure. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Charles. Yeah, Team Tsunami Worldwide is the parent company that's all started with, and it's a fair program in the sense that you come in, and when you join with your sponsor or whoever brought you in, you're going to follow him all along the way um, in the new programs that we're bringing in. And so if you stay with us long term, there is a list of buyers that are going to be created over years. And so we don't plan on exiting anytime soon to make our money and run. This is a big team effort and a group effort to do this. And I know that is possibly a plan for reversing the order of the people in the future. I don't know if that's something that Charles can elaborate on, or is that something that it's something down the road we're going to talk more about.
Sorry, please repeat that for a second. I got distracted.
What Brian was talking about at one point, how the last shall be first. The people that are coming in at the end of the cycle, at the end of building our first business, so to speak, maybe they would have an opportunity in the future to be the first ones, and we would reverse the order of the people joining a new business down the road. I'm not saying that these first 2 or 3 businesses that we're in, but
yes. Okay, so one of the major differences in our community, the Team Tsunami Worldwide community, is that once we have an established base of 50,000 people, obviously we're going to grow beyond that. But what we're going to try and do is, for every new program that we join into, we are going to reverse, or we're going to flip those 50,000 people based in thirds. So the top third will then move to the middle third will move to the bottom, and the bottom third will move to the top. Now, here's the caveat. For anyone that demonstrates that they are able to rise to the point of leadership, where they're a strong team leader, they will be given the benefit for all the extra hours that they're putting in, and they're going to remain at the top to organize everybody. So we want to give people intense incentives to rise up and become a team leader. Okay, so that's going to be one of the major benefits. For everyone else, basically you're going to win in 2 companies, you're going to lose in a third. But if everyone does that consistently as we move into dozens of companies, then everyone's going to be making money overall. All right, so that's kind of like one of the strategies. The logistics for doing this has not been worked out at all. And what we're finding is so far that a lot of the major team leaders, like one guy has brought in 2,400 people now. One guy has brought in almost 2,000. So there's a lot of overlap between those 2 groups. So I think Team Tsunami is around 3,000 people right now. But they may or may not want to follow that philosophy. So we need to see what happens when the core group of Team Tsunami, the people that are actually the 813 people that are in our group right now, when they start to get their paid signups, will people adhere to this philosophy, or will we start to fragment and have different groups? We'll still all join programs together, but will it be possible to flip? I don't know. We're going to try and work it out. We are implementing a way to track who your sponsor is, because what happens is once you go past your 14th level in Penny Matrix, you can't see who's down there anymore. So we're really losing, or we don't really have a strong idea of all the levels going down unless we get someone to track the genealogy in Excel one by one, which we can do right now. We have 1,182 legs, and we're 65 levels deep. But what happens when we're 512 levels deep and we're 150,000 levels wide or legs wide? It's going to get ridiculous to track manually, right? It's just not going to be. It will be possible, but it would take another call center of 10,000 people to do it. So I don't know if that's going to work out. So if that answers your question, we are thinking about it still. And in terms of real-world application, we need to figure it out.
Awesome. Thank you, Charles. That was a lot of good information right there. Also, by Christmas, we are going to be like bigger than Avon, and if you know that how big Avon is, they're like the largest company out there, and we're just going to explode past them because of the growth that's going on in the call center and everything. Income disclaimer, though, you are not guaranteed to make any money with us. You do have to put in some effort and time into this. Ian, any thoughts so far?
Yeah, like Mike said, we are a growing team, a growing and thriving team. So when you join, you will have to put in some work. Like he said, disclaimer: there is no guarantee that you'll make any money, but you know, if you put in the effort, you put in the work, you will reap the reward. So we look forward to you joining the team.
Yeah, and thank you, Ian, and that was awesome. One of the other things too is if you aren't good at recruiting, then just go ahead and buy paid signups, because you know that's a safety net for those that aren't able to recruit. But I mean, seriously, it's a $7 program. It's so easy to bring people in on. I mean, Raul and I since June June 24th was when I joined, and we ended up with 81 accounts. My team so far. How many do you have, Raul, going on?
I'm looking at about 55 right now, and my team keeps buying. They keep buying more recruits, so I'm going to help two tomorrow go to Western Union and purchase more Illinois recruiters. So it's just going to be really huge the day that that opens for my team, particularly because everyone, or a lot of them, have bought into the idea of buying the Pinoy recruits for their downline. And so I'm real excited about that day. I think it's coming up soon. And so I just try to keep my team encouraged about, you know, all that's about to happen. And they're trusting that this is going to be, it's going to do well for them. And so they have an easier time selling a $7 program to their friends or to some people that they know that may be interested in doing it. It's a real easy sell. $7 for an ebook club. It's, you know, you have a benefit of the product, and you can read all the books you want in there. You know, you have 11 credits up front, and then one new book a month after that. And I want to propose to Mike Dodd that he opens up a audiobook center. That would be a nice line to add to our ebooks as well.
That's a good idea, Raul.
Yeah.
All right, can I add in some advanced training thoughts here?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things that we're going to experience as we grow our downlines huge is we're going to get a couple types of people. One are going to be people that fall into the mode that Mike just talked about, where they're like, well, I haven't really had success recruiting, so I'm just going to rely on paid signups. All right, so for those people, you definitely do not want them just to rely on paid signups unless they're so adamant that they're too busy because they're focused on something else. That's the only reason that I would allow someone to tell me, oh, I can't recruit. I'm only going to get paid signups. All right, so if someone tells me that, then it's your responsibility as their sponsor to show them that, look, we can use the paid signups as a way to recruit better. People that have never been able to recruit before are having success in our program for both of those reasons. One, that it's $7, and two, that we have paid signups. All right, so here's another situation that's going to happen that we haven't discussed. So as our paid signups grow, we're going to attract more and more attention from other leaders and other people that are very talented. So what happens if you get a paid signup or someone joins your downline and they are more talented and experienced than you? Okay, so this is what has to happen. You have to start right now. And this is each and every one of you's responsibility. It is your job, even if you are not as talented or as experienced as the person you just signed up. So that person might have 1,000 people that they can bring to Team Tsunami. But you must know Team Tsunami inside and out. So that is where you provide value to this person that's a leader, because they're not going to know everything that you know. And what do I mean by you need to know Team Tsunami inside and out? First of all, you need to understand Penny Matrix, Explosional, Ad Experts, inside and out, backwards, forwards, every single piece of those programs, the compensation plan, back and forth. You need to understand how the call center works, how long things take for delivery, who do you talk to if there's a problem with payment. Figure all that out. So that's one thing. So that's like the technical fundamentals. You understand that. Number two, you need to know who all the people are and what they're all doing. So you need to know all the people in your team, and you need to know the movers and shakers beyond that. So how do you do that? You become a team leader, and you start getting to know the team leaders across Team Tsunami. So I'd say right now we have 16 team leaders or executive total, but we also probably have an additional 20 leaders that should be team leaders, but they're not yet because they're running separate groups. Okay. So when you bring in someone that's super talented and experienced, or they have this huge, massive downline, you need to be able to show them that, look, you're useful to them and give them the information they need to succeed with their team. So if they don't know something about Team Tsunami, who are they going to ask? They're not going to ask me. They're not going to ask Mike. They're going to ask you. Leaders as they come in. I'm trying to prepare you for that. Obviously, we're going to bring people that are beginners, people that are intermediate. Those people are going to be easy to work with, right? They're going to be wide-eyed and be so happy to be here, and they're going to learn from you. You're going to show them the training. That's awesome. But you need primed and ready to spend more time with the people that are already a little bit more established, because you know that they can drive massive amounts of people to your organization right away, and they're going to know people that can do that as well. Right, so it's kind of like a quick way to grow your downline super big, right? That being said, you still need to cultivate new leaders. So exactly what Mike and Raul are doing for Ian, Rachel, and Scott right now, they will also do for their people. And I'm behind on this as well. I still haven't picked my 10 team leaders. The days kind of all merge into one. Don't be late on doing this. Figure it out before the call center opens. At least have a few organized. Start cultivating them now, because when you pick someone as a team leader, it does a couple of things. It builds trust. It starts to get their confidence going way higher. I mean, Mike, do you feel better when I say you're one of my team leaders? Does that make you feel great?
Definitely.
Right, and I feel the exact same way when my upline said the same thing to me, right? So we obviously need to have humility and be chill and relax, but we should also be thinking big and really know what to expect when our downlines explode. I don't think people have really thought about it too much. When our downline is 10,000, 20,000, it's going to get crazy. But when it hits 1 million, we haven't really talked about what that's going to be like. So I'm going to be rolling out videos that are going to describe to you what those numbers really mean, how much time you're going to need to put in, and why you need these 10 team leaders that multiply into 10 more team leaders. Now, at least start to figure it out. Even if your downline isn't that big yet, at least start to try and nail down the structure in your brain so that when we explode in size, it's going to be taken care of. You're not going to have to talk to 2,000 people, because you're not going to have a lot of fun. I don't care how much money you're making if you have to talk to 2,000 people in a day. It's not going to be very fun for anybody. All right, that's all I got to say about that.
Well, thank you, Charles. That was a lot of good information too. Can you tell us what is the best way to network with big wigs and other companies to attract them into Penny Matrix and Team Tsunami and Explosion?
That's a tough question because it depends on their personality. Some of them are always going to want to have the upper hand when they talk to you, so you have to ego stroke them. Some of them are going to play coy, and you're going to have to try and extract information from them. So I think a better way to do it is don't pretend you're a leader to start. I would say have open ears and be very humble and learn as much as you can from any leader that you talk to. Be a sponge until you're ready. When you automatically start teaching people and they're listening, especially people that talk a lot and they're listening, you know you're providing value, right? So you need to get to that point. Just don't jump in and think, okay, I'm a team leader. I just joined Team Tsunami. I'm a team leader, and everyone's gonna follow me. That's the wrong attitude. What you should do, and this is what I tell some of my people. Like one guy wants to start this. His team's gonna be Project Ark, as in Noah's Ark on Team Tsunami. Pretty cool name, right? And he's like, yeah, I want to create my team right away. But I'm like, look, you haven't even recruited anybody yet. Hopefully, Johnny, you're not watching this, but if you are, hi, Johnny. So I was like, look, you can run your own team, but not on day one. You need to get you organized, bring in people. Like right now, there's 5 people on this hangout. there's probably a lot more people that are going to be watching this, hundreds of people, right? You need to create that infrastructure so you can be molded into a team leader, on especially someone that runs your own sub team. So there's like a team leader and then someone that runs their own sub team. So that's like a different branch, or like it's a higher level of being a team leader. Just don't jump into that, because you need to be able to answer everyone's questions. You need to be able to take care of them. People have ups and downs. I have some people that one day they're super happy, and then the next day they're crying. They're like, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" Like literally, they're freaked out, or someone just rejected them that they thought was a for sure yes, right? So you need to be able to handle all these situations, right? And that happens by having good people around you, so you can spread ideas and talk about things back and forth.
Right, I definitely agree with you. But it builds this excitement too when you have a lot of good, like-minded people around you, especially like everybody on this panel that we got together. And uh, originally it was me and Raul and Trent that got together. um, and Raul, if you want to share a little bit of your story of how you found everything.
Well, sure. I've been studying internet marketing and for quite a while, and I'd run across new ideas every day because I would go through these emails that were coming across my desk. And the reason they were coming across is because I would participate in this free safe list mailer. And so by going through, what you do is you click on about 10 different ads a day, or look through them to build up your credits to be able to mail something yourself. And so I knew that I had like plenty of opportunities coming my way, that I could look at each one really closely instead of just passing by them quickly. And I wanted to find something that I knew that I could bring people in easily, and especially knowing that my family or friends that I'm close to that have never done internet marketing before, or this type of business, it would be something easy for them to join. And so I don't know but about 2 weeks into that, I had that on my calendar to look daily. I came across Penny Matrix, and I don't know, what it was. I don't remember how it was that I found an ad on Facebook, or I just saw it, but I just saw it and I knew intuitively, like, this is a great deal, because $7, it's an ebook club, and the payout structure is brilliant if you build out your matrix, or even if you do a percentage of your matrix when you have the matching as well. And so that was, in my mind, a great, program to get started in. And so my next step was to find the team. I said, because a lot of people, if you've been doing affiliate marketing or internet marketing or MLM for a while, you know that a team structure is what is, helps a lot of people succeed. And so the very next day, Mike, he happened to find a team. He was recruited by a Pinoy recruiter, and that happened to have been ordered by Charles. And so I couldn't believe it when Mike, he told me before I thought about Penny Matrix. He goes, "Hey, Raul, I found this Penny Matrix thing," and I just took a double look at him like, "What are you talking about?" That's what I was thinking of. He goes, "And I found this awesome team. They do recruits. You buy recruits, and they help you buy. Oh, I'm sorry, you're able to buy recruits from the Philippines, and that's how somebody brought me in." And so I was sold on it right there and then, because it was just confirmation to me that, two separate ideas. I didn't consult with him what I was looking for, and vice versa. He just was on Hootsuite, and I believe Mark out of the Philippines found him, and Mark was working for Charles, and so all of a sudden we got into this, and we got to meet Team Tsunami Worldwide, which of course Charles is a part of, and Brian Peterson, and we've been on fire ever since. We built our team really rapidly, and more than we've both ever been able to recruit in anything else, because of the seller entry is just a no-brainer. So I'm really excited about the circumstances, that how it all happened, because it's just confirmation to me that it is the right thing. It's the right timing.
Yeah, absolutely, Raul. I mean, I remember that day and how Mark recruited me through going through a few videos, and I was like, "What is this?" At first, like, it's just $7, and then all of a sudden, it just continued to get more awesome the more I found out about Tracy and everything, and then I was just like, man, by the end of it, I was completely fired up. So, and then after that, I got to meet Charles. It was a very short time after that, and he gave me the vision for the team, and that was just completely what sold me. I was like, I knew I'm going to be with this team for 20 years now. It was just a no-brainer with what Charles had told me and what we were going to do, and it's just been a great journey ever since.
Yeah.
And then it just grew from there like wildfire. I mean, I've never had anything grow this fast. But I mean, so far we already have 500 or more paid signups in our team, which is going to be awesome. What do you think of that, Charles?
Wow, you have 500 plus already, eh? We must be
Yeah.
over 3,000 then within Poseidon. It's like crazy. I haven't even counted. I've lost track. I handed over everything to Roman because I just didn't have enough time to actually work on building our team and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about quickly. One was when people first join our group, especially if they don't have a lot of experience finding people, they always go to me, well, where do I start? How do I find people? And then we have those videos that say, well, clean up your profile, make a fan page, and start contacting people on Facebook. And then they come back to me and say, I did all that, I'm getting nowhere. How come you were able to sign up 82 people and I can get maybe 2 and I already know them? All right, so this is one way that I operated before I started really selling Team Tsunami in the beginning. So one thing was I integrated myself with a group. So my particular group was, I actually won't say because I don't want you guys to go there, the people watching it. But there are groups of places, for example, if one really good group to focus on, it would be a home-based business USA group. Because you know that USA is definitely, well, at least it used to be the most integrated online. A lot of people are very comfortable spending their credit card and generally more wealthy than a lot of other countries. So I would focus on a USA home business group, and I would get to know everyone there day in and day out. So I'd comment and stuff. I would join whatever they were part of, and I would integrate myself with the leaders as much as possible. I would support them. I would start doing stuff for them without them even asking. That would make their life easier and make them money. And in some cases, make them a lot of money. So they would be like, okay, this guy's cool. I trust him. I would not just text them on Facebook or chat with them. I would talk with them on the phone, talk with them on Skype. People do not make the effort to do that. When you talk to someone on a Google Hangout or Skype or whatever, especially multiple times, they grow a connection with you. And then later, when you come back to that group, so say you've done that now, you've established yourself with them for 2 or 3 weeks, they know that you're not just there to pitch them something or whatever, then you go in and say, look, is it okay if I show you this? Now, people before that in that group are going to be like, so what do you do? Then it's okay to tell them. But especially with the leaders, everyone pitches stuff to them all the time. I mean, during this hangout, I already got pitched 3 different things. You know what I mean? Like auto-recruiting platform and all this crap. Which I'm sure is great, but who has the time, right? So you need to understand that if people are in that kind of position, they're going to be extremely desirable to bring in, but they're also going to be back up, don't bother me kind of attitude. So you could break down some of those walls, especially if you can get in with their like second in command or third in commands and build up a rapport. Make sure you talk to them, and that's a great way to establish a network of people that you could easily help make more money. So one of the key areas I like to focus on are places where people make money in programs where they only get paid once. So if you do all this work and you say you get paid $50 for whatever that is, and then that's it, that program is inferior to what we have to offer. Because ours is a $7 a month program, so it creates residual income. So try to find groups, doesn't have to be USA only, but I just happen to do that, that you do all the work, and it's a lot of work, and you get paid once. Try to find those people, because those people are going to be very, very receptive. Oh, this is actually a pretty good idea. To what you're selling, because you're going to be like, man, you put all that time into building your relationship with this person that gave you money, and you made money off once, and now what do? Now you go to them and say, look, I'm also doing this. I'm working with Team Tsunami. And if you're working with the people that are leading these groups or leading the businesses, then guess what? It's going to trickle down, and all those people are going to come one by one and fall right into where you're going. Now, remember, there's going to be some people there that are already making a lot of money, so don't waste your time with them yet. You need to build up your credibility first before they're going to be responsive to you, and that credibility comes once you start making a lot more money. But it doesn't mean there aren't people there that won't be responsive to you. Go out of your way to provide high value, and I don't mean create training videos for them. I mean figure out a way to solve a problem that they're having. I'm not even saying talking about Team Tsunami, just in general. Like, for example, if there's a stay-at-home mom and she has 2 babies on both legs and she's trying to close more people, try and figure out a way to make that easier for her. Be creative. So you could, for example, partner up with her, help her to do the hours after 5 p.m. when she knows her husband's coming back from work and she has to put the babies to bed. She's wasting all those extra calls or emails that are coming in for this one-time payment thing. You say, look, let me help you. We'll split it 50-50. Because you don't care about making money from that. You care about creating a relationship with her so that she works with you long-term. Once she's into Penny, you know she's into everything else, sign-ups, Explosial, ad experts, and everything beyond. Right? So you sacrifice a little bit in the short term to ultimately get a lot more in the long term. You don't have a lot of time to talk to everybody, so you have to pick the people that you talk with very carefully. But you're not going to know how to do that in the beginning unless you talk to everybody. So I'd say in the beginning, find multiple groups, I'd say at least 2 or 3, and then try to emulate this kind of strategy. And do it from a good place. Don't do it, oh my god, I'm gonna wait till I'm really close to them, I'm gonna pounce. Don't do that. Be genuine, be real, actually genuinely help them, and then they're automatically gonna love you and want to work with you. People want to work with people that make their life easier and make them money. Right? I choose someone that makes my life easier 10,000 times more than someone that might make me a little bit more money, but they're a headache, always causing drama. Right? Because there's just not enough time. The internet's just a vast place. You end up getting so many people talking to you and messaging you, and it just gets ridiculous. Right? I talked a lot there. But I just really want to mention the ad experts thing really quickly. I know timing is bad because people are still waiting to get paid from Penny Matrix and Explosial, but I was telling everyone here before we started recording why it's so important that you get involved in this. A, we are working literally at the very, very top in a pre-launch format, which means all the major companies and CEOs and teams out there will eventually be joining us. This is a long-term program that's going to give us another stream of fresh leads in the home business and the MLM world consistently as the years progress. And this program, so instead of paying $420 to Google AdWords and then trying to turn that into some sort of list where they buy whatever program you're selling, this is $420 of ad space that you're buying in this magazine that, because we are at the very beginning, is going to pay you out $7,000 multiple times. And as soon as it pays you out 2 or 3 times, you're going to go onto a board that pays you $100,000. And then as that cycles up, so say a year from now, or whatever date that is, then we're going to go into a $100,000 board and get paid out $1 million. So this is the kind of big thinking, big ideas that we're trying to work with here. One of the super effects of doing this is two-sided. One, we're going to get this new traffic source that's going to make us even more money because they're going to buy paid signups and go through the normal Team Tsunami progress. And number 2, we're going to be associated with a whole bunch more people that are making $100,000. So what happens when you're in a group of entrepreneurs and they're all making 100K? I guarantee you there's going to be besides really fun parties, there's going to be a lot more good business that comes out of that. Right? Because when people's confidence and experience grows and they share thoughts between people that are doing really well online, great things usually happen. Good business is born. All right, that's all I got to say about that.
So basically, Charles, what you're saying is to network with people who have more than you, so that you build your confidence and learn from them to be able to do what they did almost.
No, what I'm saying, actually, one really good thing that's happened for me, and this is kind of random, is I've developed relationships now with people of all ages, 16 all the way up to like 82, and you learn something different from every age group. So I would say keep a very open mind and work with people of all ages. Be careful if they're under 18 and make sure you don't cross lines. But because, like, for example, can they join a business with other parents' permission? I don't think they can, right? So you got to make sure that if they join Penny Matrix, that you get their parents' permissions. But you can learn something from every different age group. Like one of them, our co-founders is 19. Another one of our co-founders is 20, and then Bart is older. I don't know how old, but he's older. So they have a different perspective on everything, technology, iPods, whatever, right?
Definitely. Definitely. Scott, I wanted to have you chime in. Scott is actually the most recent member of Team Blaze that's bought paid signups, and I just wanted to get you to share a little bit for a moment.
Okay, well, like Mike said, I'm fairly new, so I'm just trying to grasp everything, and I'm in the beginning stages trying to get my sign-ups. And from what you were saying, Charles, I'm really excited about the new program that will be coming. I'm in constant communication with Mike every single day, and I'm more excited each day that goes by.
Well, that's awesome to hear, Scott. So how many paid signups did you buy so far?
Like, I got 20 so far.
Yeah. Awesome.
And hopefully, if the Pinoy Recruiters is still up, I'm gonna buy another 20 this Friday.
And awesome. And what else did you do the other day that we can?
Yeah, what I actually did is I bought a few accounts, and what I did is I put them underneath my main account. So that way, when I buy the 20 on Friday, I'm going to put that under another account. So that way, I'll have the 20 going down on the main one, and then on the secondary level. So I'll also have the 100%. What do you call it?
The matching bonus?
The matching bonus on that.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that we can talk about tonight too is what is the purpose of buying more than one account? And that is something that everyone should be doing on the team if they do want to make more money, especially in the beginning. Raul, go ahead and share some about that. My computer's about to giving me troubles, acting like it's about to die. That's why I was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my computer's a little slow too to get my mic on. Yeah, I checked it out at the beginning also because I was like concerned. Can you buy another account? Well, one of our members has bought an account for her kids in the future. Like she's setting aside money for her kids, maybe college tuition in the future. And then you can also set up accounts in other people's names, but you're in control. I mean, the check's going to still come to you. But the benefit of, say you bought another account and you purchase it under your main account link. So if your main account link, if you have a full matrix, that's 6,500 that you're going to make on a full matrix. If you buy an account under yourself, meaning on your first row when you first get started, you get matching on that matrix, and you also get paid on that matrix. So it's almost like a triple effect. I mean, because of the matching, you can make an additional 6,500 on that particular account, but also you're making money on that account itself. I don't know if I'm more visual, so I'd like to draw that out at some point and show you guys what I'm talking about. But if you understand it, clearly you're getting paid a maximum of, let's see, matching. On just two accounts, you can get a potential of 19,500 because you're matching on that one, and then the other account you do own it. So it's an additional $7 a month. But I think it'd be worth it if you had that extra to spend to go ahead and set yourself up with another account or maybe two. I know Mike has ventured into that a little bit, and I have myself. I ended up buying a few other ones. I ended up buying some a little further down my leg. I saw that my fourth level was about to fill up, and so I went ahead and bought 2 more accounts. And because I wanted to be positioned for when the recruiters come in underneath, that's going to spill over underneath those accounts also. And so I'll be drawing checks for those additional accounts as well. So it's definitely a benefit to have those. And from Mike Dodd's perspective, the owner of Penny Matrix, it is an okay thing to do.
Can I just add one thing to that, Raul?
Sure.
So I actually haven't announced this yet, so I actually kind of announced things here first, kind of be like the launch pad. So there's not actually one day that we're doing the official launch. As I said a week or two ago, it's a launch process over like 6 weeks. That being said, I think there will be a day where there's going to be a massive influx of paid signups all of a sudden. I'm guessing next week sometime. I don't want to say a date so people freak out. But what I will be doing is before, like say 3 hours before that happens, I'm going to be making an announcement. And if you're smart, and if you haven't already bought like 50 accounts like one guy on my team did, no names, no cat lovers' names should be announced. I'm Raul. I'm going to say buy as many accounts as you can because you're going to make that money back for sure. Like, I don't know how many I'm going to buy, but it's going to be a lot. Like, maybe 3 figures worth of accounts. Because if I know I'm making that money back, then why wouldn't you, right? But only before I think there's going to be that crazy flooding in of paid signups, right? So that's going to be calculated risk. You could buy 2 extra accounts, or 1, or 10, or more, right? And the other thing is, I don't know if you know, but we made an engagement video for Tracy and Nacelle. And so I posted it on their wall, and they liked that. And they gave us an invite. So Team Tsunami is invited to their wedding on the cruise. So I know we want to go visit you guys in Texas at some point. But now we could also go party on a cruise, and all of us should have enough profits to easily do that. I don't know when they're getting married, but I think it'd be fun to go on a cruise, don't you?
I think it'd be awesome to go on a cruise.
Yeah, that would definitely be awesome.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that'd be cool to see them get married, and that will solidify, a lot of partying and our relationships with them and stuff. So awesome. Also, another note: Romy officially announced today that she's the apprentice of Tracy for the call center. We kind of knew this beforehand, but she officially posted it. So future president of our call center could be Romy. That seems to be how things are going to play out. She's an amazing lady, a tigress. Handling all of you guys, I'm sure, is a full-time job. So, you'll not believe the questions people ask. We're like, here, order like this, and then send us this information. So I'll send them that information, and they'll be like, so what do I do? I'm like, take a look at the information I sent you, go send your money, and send me this information. They go, oh, so what do I do? And Romy's dealing not just with us, she's dealing with everybody. Everyone's going through her now. So give her time to handle everyone's requests. And remember, this is only up until the website's launched, and then they're going to have a built-in client relations protocol, and a lot of the things are going to be automated online. So we just have to deal with it for a little bit longer.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. Charles, you'd been doing the sign-ups and everything for such a long time. I know that was an extra amount of time on your behalf, but it sure has worked to our advantage for sure. It grew you as a leader, I'm sure.
I actually need your help on one thing, and this is the last time I'll talk. All right, so I actually haven't announced this anywhere yet either, but I'm going to let you guys know. We are going to be reskinning and making a new homepage for Penny Matrix because we feel the Penny Matrix homepage looks like garbage and it looks very amateurish and makes it look like a scam. I'm sorry, my dad, I love you. And so I'm going to be making and designing a new Penny Matrix homepage. So right now you can flip between PM eBooks and the natural pennymatrix.com website. I wanted to put in a third and a fourth. So the third one is just going to be Penny Matrix, and that's it. But I want to put in another one that's Penny Matrix with our call center / Pino recruiters built in. So if anybody in Blaze, if they have any ideas, please contact me immediately. So this is one of the kind of things I'm going to have more time to work on now that I'm not doing the paid signups. So please let me know right away. If you want your name to be heard, this is a great opportunity. So let me know. Okay, well, I'm going to be putting together a little team of people, special project. We're going to map it out, and then we're going to design it. Okay? So let's get creative. I think it will help with conversions a lot more.
Oh yeah, I think that would be awesome to have a new page for Penny Matrix, especially with one with a call center on it and putting our recruiters.
Yeah, you know you can go to your back office and flip between each of the home pages they have right now, right?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that would be really good to give to your people is an email script. I know people have been asking for that. I think I still have to give you my conversations. It's been a long time. I gotta dig them up now. I think I gave you one, right, Mike?
I think you gave me two, but it was already somebody had was bringing you in as the expert.
Yeah. So you need to provide your conversations. I'm sure you guys have had a lot now with your people too. Training site is coming. I actually haven't talked with the executives about that. I know Marcel has built in the ebook. It's basically like an ebook for training. That's like the kind of the format. But I'm probably going to create these little switch boxes, like these little boxes of information. One box for Penny Matrix, one box for ad experts, etc. And what we're going to do for ad experts that's a little bit different is we're going to be allowing people to have a website for free that's going to be easily duplicatable for anyone in your downline. So instead of charging you $75 like we do for the Team Tsunami Plan website, and the only reason we charge for that is so that we'd have money to spend on tools, but I think it's a lot better when the website's free, especially as our team grows big, and we're going to grow a lot faster. Like after I saw Darren's team grow to 2,400, and he's using this free website technique, it works, right? So we're going to try and do that for ad experts. So let us know if you have any ideas on that website too. And when I say please give me ideas, I don't mean just don't give me ideas. I mean give me ideas. Okay? Because then we all participate and you get better because you get to work on stuff like that. Okay?
I know one person that's here that could definitely help you out is my dad. He's an expert website designer.
In terms of bringing Tracy into Hangout, I'm actually going to be doing a live demo with Tracy with PinoyRecruiters.com. He doesn't know yet, but I'm going to be asking him a few choice questions in that Hangout. And that's going to be an official Team Tsunami Worldwide Hangout. Okay, so from there you can download and upload it into your Blaze directory. Okay? I don't know when that's going to happen. I've messaged him a few times, and we just have to wait.
Awesome, awesome. So what do you think is one of the best strategies for using videos like this to recruit? Charles?
Well, there's a couple of different ways. I think I've talked about some of them already. There's a couple of tactics. One is make your videos shorter, focus on one particular topic. You can get comfortable with the pillow on a bed. That's pretty. That looks like a good way to do it. You definitely want to add your personality to whatever you're doing, so it's 100% genuine. One tactic that really works well is tag teaming with someone in a video, so that you can have two different personalities in there, but make sure you offer high value content. And the other thing is that people don't really talk about, and I don't really do, which I should. I know I should. I'll get way more views, is do the little things in the video that makes it stand out. So go find, like I just watched this video about this guy, it was one of those ab programs or whatever, the title caught my eye, so I clicked on it, And there was a lot of moving back and forth in the video, the different cuts, and all the rest of it. And I know that we should all be doing that, but I just don't. But you should. So don't get lazy. Actually, even in this Hangout, we should be using the Hangout toolbox and put our names at the bottom so people know who you are, where you're from. So make your video as visually appealing as possible. Make sure the audio is even better than the video. So those are things that are definitely useful. What has worked for other people is to create reliable series of videos. And as much as possible, you want to make sure you are in videos with the people that are in charge. You want to be in videos with the people that are the leaders. So automatically, by being with the leaders, you become the leader, right? That's a very important thing. So as you guys grow in size, so once Blaze has 1,000 members, then you're going to do your people a favor, so your 10 team leaders or part of their 10 team leaders a favor by bringing them into Hangouts like this, so that you're going to brand them as leaders. And I highly, highly suggest you do that, because the stronger you make your team, the better leaders you make them, the better it is for everybody. The faster you're going to grow.
The faster we're going to grow, and the less headaches that we'll have, for sure. Because
yeah, I think we'll always have headaches. People are emotional, not logical, and that's another good thing to remember. So when you make your video, you'll notice that some of the best videos have like humor and mistakes and accidents in there. Those are good in your videos because it shows you're real. People can relate to that. So you want to, yeah, Scott, exactly like that. Whatever you just did, do that. All right.
Yeah, there we go. Let's everybody do it. I'll get my name up there too.
Yeah, I mean, like Charles said, you have to be yourself. Just be yourself in these videos, and don't try to be like somebody that you're not. And people will give in to you. People will relate, and people will join your team. So.
Well, guys, I've had a great time tonight, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. Charles, Ian, Mike, Rachel, Scott. We are usually meeting on Sunday nights, and so we look forward to you joining our team. We look forward to helping you grow in your business as well. Penny Matrix is not, you don't have to think about it. It's $7, and that's the first step. Just get started with that. The spillover and the Pinoy recruiters that are about to come in, if you get in right now, you're considered an early bird, and that is the position you want to be in. Go through Tracy Davison's videos. But I just want to thank everybody on the panel tonight that came on. And Charles, you want to say any last words too?
Well, I'd just like to say thank you again, Mike and Raul for inviting me out, and Ian, Rachel, the lady that I cannot see as usual. Hopefully one day we can see your face. And Scott, welcome to the team. You're doing awesome. I know you're going to be very valuable. Again, I just want to reiterate what Raul said. If you're going to make a move, now's the time. If you're thinking, well, I don't know if it's going to work out, we'll see. It's $7. In terms of everything else, we've laid out a great plan. You can join us for any one of those pieces along the way. If you follow our plan to a T, you will make and explode your profits in multiple streams of income. So I don't know what kind of income you have working a full-time job. Let's say it's $5,000 a month. If we eclipse that from all the companies that we're working with within the span of 6 months, isn't that worth working towards? Isn't it worth putting a little bit of effort now so that you can create the residual income stream so that you could have that extra money to do what you want to in this world? Don't you think it'd be a lot of fun to participate with one of the world's fastest growing organizations of all time? Wouldn't that be an amazing opportunity to learn so much? Get outside your comfort zone, go outside the box. Don't just listen and fall into place like everyone wants you to. This isn't the old generation anymore. You have to think outside the box if you want success. The old industrial revolution is over. This is the information age, right? There's no more 9-to-5 job security. This is how you make money now. Everything's going to be moving to mobile. People aren't even going to be on laptops anymore, and it's going to happen fast. Get ahead of that curve. This is where Team Tsunami Worldwide is going, and this is only our first step. things are going to get crazy in weeks. Make your move now. Talk to these guys. Get involved. There's going to be so many good things that comes out of this, not only including money, but the money will be good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be completely life-changing for so many people out there, especially if you join now with us, because this is the timing of everything and how many people are going to be coming in after us with the call center opening and everything. So, Ian, any closing words for you?
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, just to piggyback off what Mike and Charles said, I mean, people are moving outside of the regular 9 to 5. I mean, if you get laid off like myself, I got laid off last year, and you have no other source of income, then you're SOL. And you don't want to be like that. You don't want to have to scratch your head to pay bills. You want something where you can create residual income so you can relax and you don't have to stress over bills. So this is the new age. People are not depending on just jobs, because you can lose a job, and you know how people are at work, you know. So create the extra income source for yourself so that you can be on top of the world.
Call 1-800-PET-PETS or visit 1-800-PET-PETS.com. If you need lifestyle availability, this message is for you.
Is anybody talking right now?
My computer froze. Sorry about that.
Yeah, because I've already finished. So.
Scott, any last words, Scott?
Yeah, any last words, Scott?
Okay. I like this chat. But yeah, like what Charles was saying, you know, I plan on being one of those people that follows it to a T. You know, create that residual, you know, income. You know, I want to be outside of the box. You know, like Ian says, you know, that 9 to 5 job, it's just not cutting it, and we need to start the new dawn of a generation. You know, we had the Renaissance, and now we have the Renaissance 2.0 starting now. You know, we're going to start this movement, and, you know, we're right now at top of everyone, and, you know, we got to try our best to get everyone involved, you know, early so we can all be successful.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for coming out. This has been a great third official Team Blaze Hangout. Thank you and good night.